once again, live on tape from secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of historic downtown St. John's, comes in the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, Wallace Ryan. That would be me. So it's Friday. I actually had a family obligation last night that I couldn't avoid, so I decided I'd push this off until today and have a look at a few cool new comics that I got. By the way, I picked up recently a couple of PS issues of PS, the Preventative Maintenance Monthly from Will Eisner. If any of you ever have any of those and you want to donate them to me, send them to me. Big Will Eisner fan. Anyway, let's get down to cutting open some, from Stuart Ing books too, actually. Let's get down to cutting open a few books here. Let's start here with Superman, the Golden Age Dailies. This, of course, is from those fine folks at IDW's Library of Graphic Literature. Special hello there to Dean and Curtis and all you great folks there. Of course, I'm a big-time collector of the Library of Graphic Literature, and this book actually puts me to within one of having a complete collection. The other one being in the stack here. Anyway, I love their cartoon books. Their cartoon collections are really well done. Usually the reproduction is usually pretty good for the most part. Actually, just for about all of it, now that I think of it, I can never see any choppy art or something that obviously being photocopied from a photocopy from a photocopy. They usually use fairly good proofs or originals, I guess, in some cases. But anyway, they do a good job, and I simply love the covers by Poplaski. Very cool. I mean, come on, that is really cool looking. You gotta admit. Now let's see what else here. Let's pull out the other one. Now I officially have a complete collection of the Library of American Comics once again. And this one is from Stanley Florodary and Dan Barry. This is the Ultimate Newspaper Comics collection from 85 to 86 for The Amazing Spider-Man. So, same thing once again. Dailies and weekend strips. So, I love when they put the color strips in with them, actually. Very nice reproduction, by the way, on this entire book, I think, actually. The black and whites look really good. The colors look, of course, spectacular. I do say so myself. So yeah, if you're a big Spidey fan, I'd say you might want to get out and get one of these for your collection. Check that out. Come on. Cool or what, eh? Okay. Now, there's this Eerie here. Now, is this the... I can't remember... I think this is close to the end. I can't remember if there's 135 of this. I think there is basically one more. But anyway, the Warner Archives at our good friends Dark Horse Comics is coming to an end. As a matter of fact, the next creepy one I do believe will be the last creepy book. And I love the creepy Eerie and the Vampirellas because they're They're like a gallery of all the great artists of the 60s and 70s and early 80s. Let's see who they got here in this one, as a matter of fact. Come on, come on. Okay, artists. Louise Bermejo, Pat Boyd, Howard Chaykin, Corbin Cruz, De La Fuente, Fassner Larson, Espen Morado, Rudy Nebrez, Nestor Redondo, Jim Sterling, Wally Wood. So yeah, sounds, and in terms of writers, from Archie Goodwin to Bill DeBoy, Nicola Cuddy, Wally Wood. So yeah, some great stuff in this. But yeah, I loved it because the art was always spectacular. I'll give Warren Magazine that much, as they're great taste when it came to artists. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. I'll share with you. A lot of us were alarmed when Dark Horse had seemingly slowed down and maybe given up on printing this, but they've come back and they're finishing off these series. So thank you to Dark Horse for being so responsive to your fans. See, a lot of great art. Jim Sterling. So yeah, great art all around. Just so worth reading and looking over. Of course, Wally Wood. Yeah, so for you horror fans, or just comic book fans in general, check that out. Well, I'm really zooming through them here today. Jesus, as a matter of fact, every single one of them that came in today has been wrapped, which I think is kind of good. It's just helps protect the books, I think. One more layer of protection, as long as you can open them properly without bending the crap out of the corners, which I've learned to do. I basically cut from the middle and then go from there, like there. Split it down that way, and it just basically falls right off the book. Ta-da! Pretty cool, hey? Now this is Invincible Iron Man, Marvel Masterworks, Volume 12. Now these would have been around the time that I was a kid. I actually did collect Iron Man for a while, right? And this would have been the George Tuska days, I do believe. Yeah, here we go, George Tuska. Who I actually kind of liked, you know, there was something about him that pencilers George Tuska, Keith Pollard, and Carmine Infantino. Ooh, an inker, Alfredo Ikela. Should be easy to spot a mile away. Oh, here it is, right here. I wonder who he's inking. But anyway, like I say, the art was serviceable enough. The stories actually were pretty good. Bill Mantlo and Jerry Conway for the most part. So, and a sterling cover there, I do believe, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, even just looking at it, I can tell it's sterling. See? So, but yeah, this is Tuska. He's sort of one of the more underrated artists. He was a good storyteller, but one of the guys held over from the old days. But still, you know, he still did a good job. I kind of liked his work, actually. Could always tell him by his hands. The drawing of his hands were very distinctive. Well, and here we have Keith Pollard. Also, actually, quite a serviceable artist. I actually kind of always liked his stuff, you know. And here, we have Carmine Infantino and Bob Isaac. You know, not bad. Serviceable enough. And then, last but not least, I guess is... come on. It's this one that is Carmine Infantino, Fred Kita. And here towards the end there. See a Kayla inked stuff. So yeah, especially for you Iron Man fans, definitely probably a plus, or you good old Marvel Masterworks fans. Whew, getting through them here. Oh yeah, of course, comes Volume 8 of the Usagi Yojimbo Saga from Stan Sakai from Dark Horse. He's apparently gone over to IDW now, which is a drag, because I actually like these books, this whole collection. Maybe we'll release the rest of these in same size and the like, but very, very nice. I really like, well, I mean, I'm a huge Usagi fan anyway, but it's great to be able to get your Usagi in such a beautiful format. I like this. Ooh, and here it is. This is book number 543 of 1,500 copies of this limited edition, each of which has been signed by Stan Sakai. So I got all the hardcovers, so they're all signed by the master. So check it out. I don't know how many of you have ever read any Usagi Yojimbo, but there's just something really, really cool about it. I've been reading them for decades, and yeah, and I've yet to tire of him. I mean, somehow he continues to keep it interesting year in, year out, in black and white and in color. And of course there's the covers. But yeah, so worth buying. If you can, pick up the other ones, or you can also get this in soft cover too. So either one, well worth getting hold of your mitts on. Oh, okay, now, actually I had a cup of tea. Hang on a sec. I can't finish this without a cup of tea. Okay. We had actually a nice turnout in terms of books here this week. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why, I'm wearing the jersey, the Boston Bruins just advanced to the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Bruins are, of course, my favorite team, have been so since I was a kid, for over 40 years. And in those 40 years, I've been blessed with three Stanley Cup wins by my beloved Bruins. And I think this year, we may be seeing them win again. So they're into the finals, so way to go, Boston. Okay, for the last couple of books here, both from DC, by the way. The first is Mr. Miracle. This is the classic series from Tom King and Mitch Gerads. It's an Eisner Award winner and an Eisner Award nominee again. The great thing about this book and the next book that I'm going to show you is that these were offered, you can only get these at comic book shops, and which I think is great. And I would encourage DC and Marvel and other publishers too to make more of their collections and special items and all that available only at comic book shops, so that you get people out and into shops and supporting their local comic book shops. So I thought this was a really great idea, DC, and much congratulations on it. Good idea, very good idea. Anyway, Mr. Miracle, I started reading it, I got so far in, and I figured, okay, I'm going to be buying this in hardcover eventually anyway, so I put it aside. But what I'd read, and I'm a fan of Mr. Miracle since the Kirby days. I love what I've seen. It was a great take. It's the best thing since Marshall Rogers' take on Mr. Miracle. Although Steve Rude did a pretty good annual or special one time, but Tom seems to have the magic touch, and it just had that feel to me of this is where the king would have headed if he had lived to this age and all that. It's just something. It works really well in terms of this. This feels like something that, like I say, if Kirby had read this, he would have liked this. A great interpretation of his character, I think. And like I say, if you know, an Eisner Award winner, you can't deny that it has to be somewhat good to even get that. So I love the 9-panel layouts. Very cool. I actually teach about I teach a comic book course, and I teach about free form panels, but I also do teach quite a bit about the 9-panel grid. It's one of the most efficient ways, I think, to tell a story. Watchmen is done that way. As a matter of fact, a lot of Alan Moore's is done that way, now that I think about it. V for Vendetta, I do believe, was. And so was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. At least the first two, anyway. But yeah, so it's a great, great comic, and I can't wait. As a matter of fact, that's one of the comics. A lot of times I'll take a comic and I'll try to read it all in one weekend for my new comic selection, and that's going to definitely be the one for that, out of this bunch here. Anyways, we got here. Hang on a sec, we got here a cup of tea. So we got here Batman White Knight from Sean Murphy, and as I remember at the time, this was quite popular. A lot of people really seemed to like it, and it sold pretty well. And this is, of course, from the DC Black Label. I like the concept of a black label, sort of a nice offshoot for us older folks out there with a strong stomach. But yeah, always loved his artwork anyway. But yeah, now there's some good freeform paneling. Myself, I'm sort of a mixture. I've used the 9-panel grid a lot here and there through my life, but I'll also being a big proponent of the freeform. As a matter of fact, a lot of times when I do storyboards for people and all that, I would do them more in a free form rather than in the standard little TV screens. And surprisingly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That actually went even quicker than I thought it would. And that's with what, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. But anyway, that's it for this week. Once again, big kudos to DC there on that on the comic book store only editions of these books, and you should do more of them, because you know, really, the comic book stores out there really help build the industry into what it is today, and it's, I think it's important too, because as a lot of people, even myself, they just like going to a comic book shop. There's nothing more fun in the world, I think. Anyways, that being said, I guess I'm going to go and do a little bit of work and actually do a bit of lettering, a bit of hand lettering. I'm really pushing the hand lettering this year, by the way, folks, because it's cool. It adds so much to a comic, and it can make a difference. I think some people think, oh, the lettering's not that important. Oh, it is, and I should know, because I'm a letterer. Anyway, that being said, let's call it a day. And where's it? Oh, I knew this was here somewhere. Okay, ready, set, go. Woo! Oh. Listen to that noise outside, eh? Isn't that terrible? Sometimes I actually find it, hard to get any work done, or to summon a boom tube, or have an intergalactic battle here in my library without these people driving by. It's like, come on, folks, please. Anyway, we'll see you same bat time, same bat channel next week, and keep on reading. Oh my God, there's 3. There's 3 here. Boom tubes. Which one will I choose? I'll take the middle one. Okay. See you, folks.